Your options contract is about to expire. If you don't know what happens next, please don't guess. Because on Robinhood, there are three basic outcomes. It expires worthless, it gets exercised, or Robinhood may close it before expiration. And for this video, we're keeping it focused on options you bought. That's long calls and long puts. If you sold an option or opened a spread, expiration can have extra risks, and we'll just cover that down the line in a totally separate video. So very quickly, expiration is the deadline for the options contract. Once the contract expires, that specific option is all done trading. If it finishes in the money, that option can turn into a 100 share stock position. So expiration isn't just a date on the screen. It's the point where the option either dies, it gets exercised, or gets handled by Robinhood's risk system. The cleanest outcome is when the option finishes out of the money. For a call, that means the stock finishes below your strike price. For an example, say you bought a $50 call and the stock closes at $48. That call would be considered out of the money. For a put, it would be the exact opposite. You bought a $50 put and the stock closes, say, at $52. That put would be considered out of the money. But in both cases, the result would be the same. The contract expires worthless and is no longer in active position. And your loss would be that premium that you paid for the contract. You don't get shares. You don't own 100 shares. The contract expires and the money you paid for the option is gone for good. Now, in the money is where it gets a little more complicated. If your option expires in the money, Robinhood may attempt to exercise it. For a bought call, exercise would mean you buy 100 shares at the strike price. So if you bought that $150 call, exercise would mean you're buying 100 shares at $50 per share. That's a $5,000 stock purchase. Even if you only paid a small premium for that options contract, the exercise result is based on 100 shares. Now let's flip to the puts. For a bought put, exercise means selling 100 shares at the strike price. So if you bought one $50 put, exercise would mean selling 100 shares at $50 per share. So that's why you don't want to casually let an in the money option expire without understanding what it can actually turn into. On Robinhood, an option that's at least 1 cent in the money may be automatically exercised if your account can support it. But that last part is actually the key, if the account can support it. For calls, that would mean having enough buying power to buy the shares. And then for puts, that would mean having the shares available for you to actually sell, unless your account has settings that allow something totally different. So the question isn't just, am I in profit? It's also what happens if this turns into shares. And if your account can't support that 100 share result, that's where Robinhood's risk system will come into play. If your option is near expiration and Robinhood sees that exercise could create a position that your account can't support, Robinhood may try to close the option before expiration. That means Robinhood may enter an order to sell your contract before market close. That can happen near the end of the trading day on your expiration day, but don't build your plan around that. Robinhood may try to close it, but the order isn't guaranteed to fill, and you may not even get the price that you want. That's the risk. Robinhood may step in, but you're still responsible for the position at the end of the day. That's why most traders, they close their own positions before expiration. If you close the contract, you are choosing when to exit. If you let it expire, you're handing that next step over the expiration, the mechanics, the automatic exercise rule, and Robinhood's risk checks. If you bought a call and you don't want to buy 100 shares, then be careful letting it expire if it's in the money. If you bought a put and you don't want to sell 100 shares, be careful about letting it expire in the money. And then if you're unsure, closing the contract before expiration is usually cleaner than just waiting and seeing what happens. So here are the three basic outcomes. Number one, your option expires out of the money. The contract usually expires worthless, leaves your active positions, and your loss is the premium you paid. Number two, your option expires in the money. Robinhood may attempt to exercise it if your account can support the 100 share result. And then number three, Robinhood may try to close the position before expiration. That can happen if the option is close to expiration and Robinhood sees risk in your account that you may not be able to support it. But again, not a trading plan. Before you let that option expire on Robinhood, is it in the money? Can your account support exercise? And do you really want the 100 shares? If you don't want them, close the contract before expiration instead of guessing. Hope this helps.